I'm delighted to have you once again. We are going to pick up from where we left in the previous lesson. We ended at the factors of a number, how to find the factors of a given number. So we can have a quick recap on how to find the factors of a given number. So let's say I have a number 8. Let's have 8. So let's list the factors of 8. So in the previous lesson, we made mention that we list 1, 2, 3 up to 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we try to divide 8 by all these numbers. So we begin from 1, 2, 3 through to 8. So now let's have a look at that. 8 divided by 1, that is 8, remainder 0. So since we were not left with any remainder, I'll pick 1 as part of my factors. So therefore I select 1 as part of my factors. Then I move on to 2. So 8 divided by 2, which is 4, also leaving no remainder, then I can say 2 is also part of my factors. We move on to 3. 8 divided by 3, which will be 2, remainder 2. So we could see here we have a remainder, so 3 can't be considered as a factor of 8. We can proceed to 4. 8 divided by 4, which is 2, remainder 0. Since we had no remainder left, 4 can be considered as a factor of 8. 8, moving on to the next, which is 5, and that is 1, remainder 3, leaving us a remainder of 3. 5 cannot be a factor of 8. Let's move on to the next, which is 6. 8 divided by 6, that is 1, remainder 2. It also gave us a remainder, that means 6 can't be a factor of 8. Moving on to the last but not the least, 8 divided by 7, which is also 1, remainder 1. You could see we have a remainder of 1, therefore 7 can't be a factor of 8. Now to the last one, which is number 8 itself. 8 divided by 8 is 1, remainder 0. So leaving out no remainder, we say 8 is a factor of itself. So now let's list all the numbers that were written in green as the factors of 8. So we have factors of 8 as, so we have 1, 2, 4, and 8. So we say these are the factors of 8. 1, 2, 4, and 8. These are the factors of 8. What that means is if I pick any of these numbers, when I divide with 8, I should get a remainder of 0, or in other words, I shouldn't be left with any remainder. So for example, if I pick 4, 8 divided by 4, that is 2, remainder 0. So you could see that there was no remainder left, therefore this 4 is a factor of 8. Now, one thing we can identify from this is if you pick a number and it's a factor of a number. So we are still on number 8. So 4, I can say 4 is a factor of 8. 4 being a factor of 8, if I have 8 divided by 4, I get 2. Now that answer you had, the 2, that 2 itself also becomes a factor of 8. That is one thing we should identify when listing the factors of a number. This 2 also is a factor of 8. Let's verify. We can verify by dividing 8 by 2, which gives us what? 4 without any remainder. You can also then find out again that this 4 is a factor of 8, as we have already stated here. So when you pick a factor of a number and you divide by 8, if you pick the factor and divide by the number, the answer you get should also be a factor of that number. So if I pick another number, let's pick, I believe 1 was a factor. So 8 divided by 1 gave us 8. That means 8 itself is also a factor of itself. 8 is a factor of 8. Let's verify. 8 divided by 8 is 1. Now you can see that 1 that we used initially has also appeared over here. So 1 is a factor of 8. Right. I believe this is clear. Now, another interesting fact on factors is that given any number, 1 and the number itself are factors of that number. So let's still use our number 8. If we still use our number 8, we have 8 and 1. Or let me rearrange it. We have 1 and 8 always as factors. We have 1 and 8 always as factors. No matter the number you pick, 1 and the number itself are always a factor of that number. So if we are to try another example, let's pick number 10. Let's pick 10. So factors of 10. Like we said, 1 and 10 will always be factors of those number of 10. So we can write our 1 and our 10 like this, then we can find the numbers in between. Now, an interesting trick to find the factors of a number is that in finding the factors of a number, it's like a hill. It's just like a hill this way. Now, the extreme ends of the hill, or the extreme ends of the hill are the 1 and the number itself. Here, the number itself is what? 10. Right. So any point on the left side, this is the left side of the hill, and this is the right side of the hill. Any point on the left side should have its corresponding points on the right side. So 1 has its points and 10 corresponds. And if I say it corresponds, it means when you multiply the number on the left by the number on the right, you should get the number in consideration, which is 10. Then you write this 10. So you can see 1 times 10 is 10. So quickly we can move to 2. Since now we've learned how to identify an even number. So 10 is an even number. That means 2 can divide equally. So if I have 2 on the left, we need a number that when you multiply with 2 should give us 10. Or what number will you get if we divide 10 by 2? I mean 10 divided by 2. What are we going to get? We are going to get 5. So now that means its corresponding number 5 should be over here. So 2 goes with 5, then 1 goes with 10. 3, I believe, is not a factor of 10 because 10 divided by 3 is 3, remainder 1. The same applies to 4. 10 divided by 4 is 2, remainder 2. So these are left with remainders, so therefore they can't be factors of 10. So now you could see that here's the turning point. Let me use red for the 3 and the 4. So it was a hill moving from 1 all the way to 10. But then 3 and 4, we realized these were not factors. And right after 4, we had a factor of what? 5. We had a factor of 5. So I can safely say that my factors of 10 are 1, 2, 3 and 4, which weren't parts, then 5, then 10. These are the factors of 10. I taught you this because you don't have to list, like in the previous example where we were listing 1 up to 10 and testing each of the numbers. So in the previous example, this is what we would have done. We would list 1 up to 10, then we try dividing 10 by each of these numbers, but that is a long way of finding the factors of a number. So with this example, let's go through again one more time. Factors of 10, where now we know that 1 and 10 are always the factors of a number. And here our number we are talking of is 10. So that means 1 and 10 will always be a factor, will always be factors of 10. Now, what we are interested is to find the middle numbers. So if we have our curve, we have 1 and 10. And this 1 and 10, when we multiply, we get 10. So that means if you pick a number on the left side and multiply on the right side, we should arrive at the number we are looking for. Take note of this. This is very important as we move forward for the purposes of factorization. Finding the factors of a number is very important for a topic ahead of us called factorization. So if you have a hill, we have the left side and the right side. So if you pick a number, 1 and 10, if I pick 1 and multiply by 10, I should get back my 10. After 1, we try with 2. Yes, and 2 can divide 10. 5 times. So you can have on the other side of the hill 5. Right? So 1 times 10 gave us 10. 2 times 5 also gave us 10. That means we are listing slowly, we are listing the factors of what? 10. 3 isn't. So I'll put that in red. 3 isn't. 4 isn't. So I'll put those in red. Now I don't need to move to 5 to test because I can already see my 5 over here. And I don't need 6, I don't need 7, I don't need 8 because they don't have its counterparts on the left side. Suppose 6 was a factor, we will have its counterparts on the left side. But already we can see from here that there is no 6. So I don't even need to check for 6, 7, 8, 9. Once I reach this turning point, I'm done with the factors. Let's try another example. Let's try with the let's have 14. No, let's have 12. Yes, let's have 12. So factors of 12. I have my hill. 1 and 12 are already factors of 12, right? So then 12, looking at it, is an even number. How to identify an even number? The last digit should be an even number, and 2 is an even number. That means 2 can divide my 12 into how many parts? 6 parts. Are you following? So we have 1 on the left side, 12 on the right side, and when I multiply them, I get 12. I have 2 on the left side and 6 on the right side. When I multiply, I get 12. 3, I believe, can divide 12. So 3 on the right side, and that's the division is 4. So 3 into 4 gives us 12. So 3 on the left side, 4 on the right side should give us 12. Now I don't need to go, so I started with 1, 2, 3. I should have moved on to 4, but I can already see my 4 over here. That means actually we are done listing the factors of 12. So the factors of 12, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. These are the factors of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And as a check, so now let's see. You see, the first maps to the last, the second maps to the last but 1, in that order. So when you get to the numbers that are very close like this, that's like the turning point on the curve. That's 3 and 4, 2 and 6, and 1 and 12. So that should be a way for you to check the validity of your answer, if actually those are the right answers to the factors of the number you are looking for. Let's try a last example. So we can have factors of 18. Factors of 18. If I'm to draw my curve, I have 1, I have 18. 18 is an even number because 8 is an even number. So I can have 2 on the left side. 18 divided by 2, that should be, if I'm correct, that should be 9. 3 can divide 18, so I put 3 on the left side. And how many times does 3 divide 18? 6. Can 4 divide? No. 18 divided by 4 will give us 4, remainder 2. We don't need any remainders when it comes to factors. So 4 is not a factor. It's 5, so let me just put 4 in red. What about 5? 5 also isn't a factor. So 18 divided by 5 is 3, remainder 3. We don't need remainders in factors. So 5 is not. You may decide to check 6, but then again, you realize that we have 6. We've reached a point where the factor already exists. So at this point, you don't need to do any further checks. You just have to list the numbers that you have. So we have, therefore we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 4 is in red. I don't need to include that. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. Yes, as for mistakes, they happen. Yes, they happen, but you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. So we have 1 times 18 to be 18, 2 times 9, 18, 3 times 6, 18. I hope this is clear. Yes, so these are some of the tricks that you can use in finding the factors of a number. As a trial, let's find the factors of 36. Factors of 36. So factors of 36. I will encourage you to pause this video and try this on your own. Then you come back, let's have the solution together. So here's the solution. Factors of 36, as we said, 1 and the number will always be part of the answers. So I'll put that down. Now I'll begin with 2. Since 36 is an even number because of the 6 at the end, that means 2 is a factor. And 36 divided by 2 is 18. 3, I believe, can also divide 36 into how many times? 12. 4, I believe, can divide 36 in 9 equal parts. 5 into 36, I doubt. That should be 7, remainder 1. So 5 can be in red. 6 will divide 36 into 6, remainder 0. So yes, 6 is a factor. So I put 6 here. Now let's realize something. I should have done it this way. 6 on the left and again 6 on the right. If you meet something like this, 6 on both sides, you can as well put it at the middle. You can as well put it as the middle. So now when you reach that stage, you don't have to make any checks again. You don't need to make any checks again. You just have to list the numbers in black. Ignore any red digits. So we have factors of 36 to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget our 6 over here. 6, and you don't have to repeat it. Just write one of them. 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. Guys, I believe this approach will help you find the factors of a number easily. Stay tuned. If you haven't yet subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and stay tuned to watch our lessons. In the next lesson, we'll be looking at prime numbers. Before we tackle prime numbers, we need understanding in finding the factors of a number. That's why I took my time to explain how to find the factors of a number. So if there is something that confuses you, you can leave your comments in the comment section, then we can address it later. Also, if you feel you have to rewatch this video to understand more and more of finding factors, you should do so that in the next class things will be easier for you. See you in the next class.